Hello, my name is Fenny Chang, and I'm from class MT2. And right now, I'm going to present my project report for my coursework of mathematical reasoning. So, the form of representation that I have chose is the bar model method. So, the bar model method is a concrete to pictorial drawing method. So, it is from concrete to abstracts, which as shown in the pictures from the real things and make it one step to abstract, to show and to visualize it clearly. So the bar model method, also known as a strip diagram or tab diagram, it represents quantities at bar with length proportional to values. It is a useful for part whole comparison and additive relationship, and it as well as encourage reasoning instead of pure simple manipulation. So here's the justification for method chosen. So the bar model method, it makes abstract mathematical relationship more concrete and easier to understand. Besides, it builds a conceptual link between arithmetic reasoning and algebraic thinking. Apart from that, the bar model fits naturally within its sequence and supports progressive learning. It's also strengthened comprehension for visual and kinesthetic learners, for those who cannot just read abstract or just read words. Lastly, it enhanced students' ability to justify and communicate mathematical reasoning. And right now, let's proceed to the problem statement. Alright, so this is the non-routine problem that my group and I has created. So the question is, a local art teacher designed four miniature sculptures, which is a bronze cube, C, a marble sphere, S, a glass cone, N, and a clay pyramid, P. Using a digital balance, the teachers measured 2C plus S is equals to N plus 2P, while C plus 3N is equals to S plus 2P. And the last one is 2p plus s is equal to the weight of 3c plus n. So the teacher has also discovered that s is equal to 6 grams. So which means that we need to determine the weights of c, n, and p in grams. So let's use Polya's 4 steps to solve the questions. So for step 1, we need to understand the problem. So we knew that from the questions, we know the unknowns is c, n, and p. And we know that S is equals to 6 grams. There are three equations that describe relationship between each sculptures. And lastly, we need to find C, N, and P that satisfy all the equations. For step 2, we need to devise a plan, so which we need to represent each sculpture's weight with a bar. So we use bar model to visualize each equations, and we compare the bar length instead of using algebra first, which can help us to identify the equal quantity visually. And now for step 3, let's carry out the plan. So we let C equals to cyan, and S equals to pink, N equals to yellow, and P equals to green. Let's start with the equation 1, which is 2C plus S equals to N plus 2P. And we knew that S is equals to 6. So for 2C plus S, so we plus the 2 bars for C and plus the 1 bars for S. And as we know that S is equals to 6, we combine it and it will be a long bar. And for the second one is N plus 2P. And we add 1 bar of N plus 2 bar of P. And since we know that the equations tell us 2C plus S is equals to N plus 2P, which left-hand side supposed to equals to right-hand side. So the two bars, the total bars comparing, they're supposed to be the same. Same as equation 2. So the equation is C plus 3N equals to S plus 2P. So for C plus 3N, we add 1 bar of C plus 3 bar of N, combine it to become a long bar. For the S plus 2P, we add 1 bar of S plus 2 bar of P, and add together and comparing it together, the right hand side is equal to left hand side, so the two bars are in the same length. So continue with the equation 3, which is 2p plus s equals to 3c plus n. So for 2p plus s, we add 2 bars of p plus 1 bar of s. And as usual, combine it to become a long bar. And to be continued, we add 3c, which is 3 bar of c plus 1 bar of n, and combine it as usual to become a long bar. So the left hand side will equals to the right hand side, so the length of the bar is equal. Alright, so let's carry out the plan with few calculations. So for the 3 equations, we label it 1, 2, and 3. So for the second one, we use elimination or intuitive bar comparisons. So for equation 1, we rearrange it become n equals to 2c plus 6 minus 2p, which the c is come from the s. We substitute the value of s into the equations. And from 2, we rearrange it to become p equals to 1 over 2 bracket c plus 3n minus 6, and it is a labeled as 2a. While for the first one, we labeled it as 1a, and from 3, the third equations, we rearrange it become 2p equals to 3c plus n minus 6, and label it as 3a. And right now, we equate 2a versus 3a for 2p. So lastly, after a few calculations, we get that n is actually equals to c. For the third step, so we know that n is equals to c. So we use this in 1a. So we substitute it. So n equals to c equals to 2c plus 6 minus 2p. Right after we substitute it, it will become p equals to 6 plus c over 2. While for step 4, we use 2 or 3 to find a further relations. So from 3, with n equals to c, we know that 2p plus 6 equals to 3c plus c equals to 4c. So which means that 2p plus 6 is equals to 4c, and 2p equals to 4c minus 6, and lastly we get that p equals to 2c minus 3. So for the fifth step, we know that now there are two expressions for p. So we equate it together. So 6c, 6 plus c over 2 is equals to 2c minus 3. And after a few arrangement, we lastly get that c is equals to 4. Right now for the sixth step, we found that thus c is equals to 4g, and then n is equals to c, so which means that n is also equals to 4g. So then we substitute the c to find the p. So then p is equal to 2c minus 3. We substitute the 4 into the equations. Lastly, we get the p is actually equals to 5g. And we check it from another expressions, which p equals to 6 plus c over 2. So we found out that it's also equals to 5. So it's proof that p is actually equals to 5g. So thus, we found that c is equals to 4g, s is equals to 6g, n is equals to 4g, and p equals to 5g. So right now we get into step 4, which is look back or verification. So for the seventh step, we check each original equations, which now we has know that the value of each of the miniature sculptures. So we substitute each of the weight into the equations. For equation 1, we get that the left hand side is equals to right hand side, which is 14. And for the second equations, the both side is equals to 16, and the third equations also the both side equals to 16. So for the 8 steps, we see that the equation 1 through 3 compare the left hand side and right hand side. Is it balanced? Yes, the 3 of the equation is balanced. So which means that that one is the real value for each of the miniature sculptures. And the ninth is the view for each of the sculptures. Last but not least, let's make a reflection on the representation form that I have chose. So for bar model, it helps us to visualize and reason effectively. And it's also encourage logical and relational thinking instead of just memorization. It as well as enhance our understanding and confidence. And it also can be extended to more complex problems in future tasks, which can help us to solve daily problems.